Dry scalp is a different side of it. When it comes to having dry scalp, really, you need to make sure that not only are you using moisture-based products, but you want to make sure that you're being hydrated as well. So you want to make sure that your water intake is the proper amount according to what your primary care physician has referred you to doing. Not only that, you have to understand that naturally the scalp has a pH balance from anywhere between 4.5 to 5.5. So if you're experiencing any type of scalp condition or dry scalp, that means that you're knocked off your pH balance, your scalp's pH balance. And in that case, you may definitely want to make sure you schedule an appointment with your hairstylist and receive a scalp exfoliation treatment. Dry scalp isn't as complex as dandruff. So that's why I'm able to touch on dry scalp and it not really be a long segment, because honestly, with dry scalp, you can encounter dry scalp just because of the seasons changing. When you go from the spring, summer to the fall, winter, you have to understand that the temperature decreases. So what that means is now we're getting into the cool, cold temperatures. Your moisture retention level is going to decrease, which is why you'll notice that some people will feel as though that they experience dry hair, dry skin, dry scalp during the cold, the fall and winter months. And that's because the air is drier. And on the flip side, you'll notice that some people say that they're able to retain moisture better in the spring and summer, and that's because the humidity is higher. So you're able to retain moisture better in those months. But at the same time, you can apply too much moisture to your hair during the spring and summertime. So you definitely want to make sure that you have a hairstylist that'll help you navigate through that area. The anti-dandruff system can work on the fact that you have dry scalp as well. But in addition to having dry scalp, you wouldn't only be using the anti-dandruff system, you would actually be using the anti-dandruff system plus the hydration system, because your first shampoo will be the anti-dandruff shampoo and then your second shampoo will be the hydration growth shampoo. Now that's just me just giving you a little idea of how having dry scalp would work. If you want me to touch base on that more, then I would definitely recommend for you to look at the top 7 favorite products of 2023. That'll explain the regimen for anyone experiencing dry scalp. And that's a little tip. Again, I cannot stress the importance of this enough. Depending on the reason for your dry hair and scalp, that's going to determine the type of treatment that is needed in order for the hair challenge to be overcome. In order for you to correctly treat dry hair and scalp, you will need moisturizers and emollients to your actual regimen. If you are someone that is experiencing dry hair and scalp because your sebaceous glands being inactive, your moisturizer when it comes to LaBelle hair care is going to be the LaBelle hair and scalp mist. That's going to be your moisturizer, as well as your hydration growth leave-in. Those two are the moisturizers for your dry hair and scalp. Now, in terms of if you are experiencing dry hair and scalp due to your hair being overly processed with chemicals, heat damage, or environmental factors, then you're gonna wanna make sure you receive moisture treatments. Now, there's a difference between deep conditioning treatments and moisture treatments. There are certain treatments out there that can only be performed in the salon, and then there are temporary treatments that can be performed at home. Example, deep conditioners. When you're deep conditioning your hair, think of it like this. You're providing a temporary solution to your dry hair. When you're dealing with salon grade ingredients at the salon from a professional stylist, when it comes to you getting moisture treatments, that is more so of a permanent solution to the hair challenge. Know the difference between the two, because if you are someone that is dealing with excessive dry hair, being at home, trying to overcome that challenge yourself is going to be difficult. And not only that, it can be detrimental too, because you could be causing more problems to the problem that you already have. So I definitely wanted to pinpoint on that when it comes to having dry hair. And that literally is just a tip for you guys, definitely understanding the difference between the two. Again, you can have dry hair from inactive sebaceous glands, or you can have dry hair due to chemical damage, heat damage, environmental factors, anything of that sort. There's a difference how you go about it depending on which scenario. In that case, you definitely want to make sure you have a stylist in your corner, and they'll be able to help better guide you according to your particular situation. Again, if you've reached this point of the video, then that means you've successfully watched the entire video. If you want a regimen for dry scalp, watch the video that is titled Top 7 Fave Products of 2023 Hair Care Edition. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, it was my pleasure speaking with you. Hopefully, we can do this again.